Welcome to our webinar, Be a Part of the Solution for our STEM Education Crisis. In the next 10 minutes, we will outline the problem our nation is facing and offer options for scientists and engineers who want to get involved. My name is Amy Kim. I'm the Executive Director of EnCorps and a fellow scientist. I earned my PhD in physical chemistry from the University of Chicago, and I've spent the last 13 years leading education nonprofits focused on diversifying STEM workforce. I'm joined by Angel, our National Program Director. Angel, can you introduce yourself?
Sure. My name is Angel Beamer. I lead the national programs team responsible for providing individualized support to STEM professionals interested in becoming STEM teachers or to volunteer as a math tutor. I have worked in public education for over 20 years.
Great. Let's quickly go over what we'll cover. First and foremost, we'll define the STEM education crisis and discuss the downstream impact of not preparing students to be proficient in math and science. We'll share how EnCorps is tackling this issue and how you can get involved. Let's look at the data. As we shared in the webinar invitation, only about 26% of U.S. 8th graders are math proficient. Additional data from the National Assessment of Education Programs shows that certain groups of students are being failed even more by our education system. Only 14% of 8th graders who identify as Latinx and Hispanic, and only 9% of students who identify as Black or African American are math proficient by the end of middle school. Why is this important? It's important because there's a clear cause and effect. If U.S. students begin high school lacking foundational math skills, they will not be prepared to tackle high-level math and science classes that will lead them to STEM college degrees and in turn a career in science, technology, engineering, and math. Simply put, our education system is not preparing the next generation of problem solvers. In fact, it's failing our students. At EnCorps, we believe that there are three main consequences for not providing high-quality STEM education to our students. First, lack of science literacy. Recent study examples such as climate change deniers or COVID vaccine fears demonstrate how a lack of science literacy can create confusion and prevent us from collectively prioritizing finding a solution to significant issues. While not every student will become a scientist or engineer, we need future generations to have critical and analytical thinking skills in order to maneuver an increasingly complex world, and for them to understand the importance of developing solutions. Second, limited pool of qualified STEM professionals. Who will tackle future problems? Who will build upon the work you're doing today? What will your coworkers look like in a few years? Third, hiring for diversity will remain performative. If we are serious about improving diversity in STEM fields, we need to focus on the K-12 education system. Otherwise, the field will continue to be led by predominantly white males, and as a result, a lack of representation will continue to exist in clinical trials, issues that affect marginalized communities won't be prioritized, and products like seatbelt we use every day will be designed for one particular body type. Now that we understand the problem, let's discuss the solution that EnCorps brings to the issue. At EnCorps, we connect scientists and engineers with public school students. Here's why. Scientists are experts in their field and are able to marry theory with practice. For example, a chemistry teacher can share how a reaction they learn in their textbooks can actually relate to reactions run in a chemical plant. Scientists and engineers can serve as role model for students. EnCorps works with high-needs partner schools with a high percentage of students from underrepresented groups. These students may not have ever met a STEM professional in their lives. A teacher with STEM industry experience becomes a role model and is able to demystify what it means to be in STEM fields. And passion is contagious. We found that natural curiosity, excitement, and passion for problem solving is contagious. Students respond to their teachers' genuine interest and expertise in the subject matter. Let me share a few success stories. After a successful 34-year career as an aerospace engineer, Julian Lewis became a high school engineering teacher in Los Angeles, California. One of Julian's former students, who is now in medical school, said it best. Mr. Lewis bridged every gap he could. He connected us to mentors, knowing that as a first-generation student, we had few, if any, professional connections. He helped us see our own potentials. He would give us the real scoop that we would need to know in navigating STEM, offering his professional experience. We also have teachers with PhDs and retired engineers who are now teachers. Dwight Harvey is a STEM-X tutor. He's also a retired mechanical engineer and a guest lecturer at California Polytechnic State University in San Luis Obispo. Dr. Latihira Haynes went to teach high school science in LA after earning her PhD in biomedical engineering. After the webinar, we will send you links so you can learn more about how these wonderful scientists are connecting with middle and high school students. I will now pass things over to Angel, who will share how you can get involved with EnCorps.
Thank you, Amy. Okay, so in the next few slides, I will share the solutions the EnCorps brings to our nation's STEM education crisis and provide you with two options to connect with public school students, either in middle or high school. Our STEM Teachers program is a really great option for retiring or career-changing professionals. We provide you with the ability to explore teaching by spending 10 weeks in the classroom with a mentor teacher. And the commitment is only 2 hours a week, so you can continue working as you gain valuable classroom experience and start working with students. If after the 10 weeks you decide teaching is probably not for you, that's totally fine. Just know that your time in the classroom still made a positive impact on students. If you decide to move forward, EnCorps provides you online classes and a dedicated program coordinator that will help you chart a path to teaching based on your particular needs. We understand that everyone's situation is a little different, and we absolutely work to support that. And you also join a community of like-minded professionals, so you're not in this alone. In fact, EnCorps educators have an average of 15 years of industry experience, and 64% have a master's or a PhD. And the goal of our program is very clear. We want students in under-resourced communities to have access to a high-quality education. And as I said, even if you decide that becoming a teacher is not for you, just know that you did have an impact on those students. And based on mentor-teacher survey data, 90% of students who had a STEM professional volunteer guest teach showed an increased level of excitement in STEM. And of course, a career change is not for everyone. We understand that. And that's why we give the option to be a volunteer math tutor. With the STEMX Tutors program, you join your students online for 1 hour twice a week. So it's virtual, which means you can be anywhere in the US and tutor a student in math. The goal of the tutoring program is twofold. So obviously we want to increase middle school students' math proficiency, but we also want to help them start to develop a STEM identity and STEM awareness by connecting with a real-world STEM professional. And the impact data speaks for itself. 84% of the students that EnCorps tutors increase their math proficiency. Some of our students jump to grade levels. 84% reported feeling more confident when taking a math test. And 97% of the students believed they improved in math because of their EnCorps STEMX tutor. So if you're ready to get connected with students, Amy will outline the next steps.
Thanks, Angel. So there are many ways for you to be a part of the solution in our national STEM education crisis. EnCorps offers you two options. You can become a STEM teacher, or you can tutor middle school math. Together, we can have an impact. Thank you.